At waiting the 21-man committee na the All People's Congress APC party don dey do from where inside April we been see High Court ruling outside one pan the order them na been for let them set up a 21-man committee wey go dey run the affairs of the party so till dem get convention outside dem go get for go elect the new executive member them. Well, for can look at waiting the committee don dey do so far and safe. Issues them where we don't hear say they happen. We think that 21-man committee day. This morning I want to introduce we first studio guest where we don't get where they represent the secretary to the 21-man committee where na Honorable Abdul Karim Kamara. Good morning and welcome to the program. Good morning, Salon.
Good morning, listeners. Good morning, 98.1.
Well, as I don't tell listeners, I'm telling the program one for can look at waiting don't they happen at the committee from where on a begin our operation inside May this year following a High Court ruling we been say one pan the other them we come on a court now been follow a 21-man committee they in charge of the affairs of the All People's Congress APC party. Well, this being said, we don't hear say small chamot don't they happen at the committee. How to we be and waiting don't they happen? We think the committee itself we go for look at them, but let me just start first for talk about waiting the committee don't they do so far because now on they run the affairs of the committee for ensure say on our poll the party so they on go back to convention. Since the last time we get the secretary, I don't say small, we not only get information as to waiting on don't they do for bringing our party together, especially ahead of the election. Let me just start the waiting on the happen.
Thank you very much. We now a creation of the court, meaning not a normal APC body. Now the court now inform this committee where we be members, and the court be specific in numbers and in the sharing of that 21-man committee day. First, the committee start with, then say the plaintiff will go the party in a court, when Alfred Peter Conte for get 9 man out of the 21. The party for send 1 person from the Youth League, 1 person from the Women's Congress, 1 person from the diaspora, and 1 person from the APC legal team of 20 years standing. The judge say because the people then get them party, then people then they all go inside the room where the committee go to meet. Therefore, then people and the people who they represent then are parliament, now the members of parliament. Therefore, then they decide for take 2 MPs from each region, which is 2 from the northwest, 2 from the north, 2 from western area. And because we not get 2 at the south and the east, it take 1 at the east, 1 at the south, we make them 8. So we come out from the party, we represent the party, now we 12. The 9 specifically, they represent Alfred Peter Conte. But the court also give you strategic mandates. If you go now 90 of the ruling 90-10 say 1, it give you the right for promulgate the rules for the lower level elections. I want to say now collectively, unanimously, together as 21-man committee, we've promulgated the rules. They are now with and they don't gazette the rules. One day, ala no commode. Secondly, it also asks we for do the lower level election within 60 days. Where PPRC go down gazette the rules then done, people that don't petition and who don't defend. As we hear now, PPRC, the first 30 days they end on the 11th. And now PPRC get for supervise we. It also asks we for hold the first National Delegates Conference after 28 days, where we also they wait for let the rules them mature and follow each level day. It also give we another mandate where say we for resolve all membership dispute within, I want to emphasize the word within the party prior to the National Delegates Conference in accordance with Article 10 of the March 7, 2022 APC Constitution, and ensuring that those membership disputes that required to be dealt with at the national delegate pursuant to 13F and G of the same APC 2022 constitution are resolved at that conference by its inclusion in the agenda. So in this one, now 2 mandates the judge give. It talk about internal membership disputes where we get. Then are people already within the party. They one and they we for resolve them before the convention. People we left the party. People we left the party and go form other parties. People who left the party go join other party. Like na Cambia, get people na be APC, we be go NGC. They one and they don't matter na national delegate conference for deal with them according to article 13 of the March 7 2022 constitution of the APC. So now 2 type of membership the court order asks we for resolve. It also say we for appoint an auditing firm we for audit the party. It also give we mandate for also form the election transition committee. After all of this way they don't ask me for do. One interesting thing where then at this ruling, where you go at the same 9-10-6, it say in order to achieve unity within the party, decision of this ITGC shall be by simple majority. So in other words, what in the judge say, in no say they are going to be bottleneck in resolving all of these issues, this mandatory duty. So it's specific say, for let we get unity, for let the party come together. You understand? Not to go call post really out for inside the party. Not to go call candidates then for come together. Not to the one they in believe in our unity. Except for let we get unity, we were then at the 21 man committee for the take decision in unity and in simple majority.
You don't talk about the mandates them where the court give the 21 man committee. You talk about plenty things them, and one of them things that where you talk about now membership. Also, you mentioned 2 type of membership we then give now for regularize. Wouldn't that then 2 type of membership, and would that some of the people them that then 2 type of membership them?
All right. First of all, when you talk about membership, when you read the entire court ruling, not only Usai the judge talk about membership, now they refer it direct to the APC constitution. And also they talk about rules. From promulgate the rules, refer we say the rules will be in tandem with the March 7, 2022 APC constitution. It say when you come to membership resolution, we want resolve membership. It also refer we to the APC 2022 constitution. And it go further, I say, now 2 type of membership for resolve. One, the one that they internally, you get people who don't naturally say, then from where, then according to the APC constitution, if you don't be a member, but you don't be the pay dues up to the term where like 1 year, 2 years. But if we go to convention, then they give a 7 days blanket where all man can regularize in membership. You get people within the party where we don't just sit down by himself. He say me, I know they pay again, I need take part, I know they pay dues. He can come back, irregularize in membership. That one they are internal. Then they're within the party. They have not moved out. They are within the party. He said that one day we can resolve them before. We can resolve them before convention, prior. It's clear na the ruling. If you read 90, 10, 4, it did clearly. You don't even need an interpreter. Okay. He say for other issues, you understand? For other members, for people who don't left the party, people who then drab, people who then suspend, you understand? For reinstate them people in there, we for go to the APC constitution. Okay. Let's take you there, you see what in the APC constitution say. 13 F and G. It say in G specifically, it said the decision of readmitting a person to the party shall be made by the National Delegates Conference.
So that section they
meaning as a committee, even NAC not get the powers for reinstate somebody. Why am I saying this? Me na be one of the people them way challenge the constitutional review committee of the APC when they present this issue at the National Delegates Conference. They say, well, if somebody they expel jam, then Drebam or he left the party, resign. If you want to come back, NAC can admit him. Now say no. If now the National Delegates Conference asks the person out, which now the highest body of the party, that person not going to be admitted. It just like a high court, find me guilty. Then I go appeal na a magistrate court.
Right,
it is uncalled for.
So that's the bringing out to the next question, we still get to do with membership, and one of the issues them where we notice it only happen within the committee itself. You don't talk about the provision of the APC party constitution 13 FNG where you don't make mention of, say now under the specifically highlights waiting at the procedure them for bring somebody back on the party when I be on a member at one time. Waiting at the procedure on I use because we see this BNTM na the media say on Adorian states Alaji Chief Sumana back na the APC party within the committee. How this happen?
Specifically when we deal with this issue of membership, I want try not for be personally limited to Alaji Chief Sumana.
Now they will start because now one of the big people in our party we aware.
Anybody where they salon now, we don't follow the body politics of Sierra Leone go no say. Anybody that truly APC, anybody who is sincere with the APC, go one less Sumana can today early morning safe.
You not can it?
No.
But we see later to
explain them. If we make a question and answer, yes or no, it go myself me integrity there on the line as a person. Anybody go one less Sumana come now. You understand? Yes, we agree say contacts don't be made with Chief Sumana by the former executive. They don't make visitations to the former chairman of the party. Social media is bringing everything close. At that point, a decision was not reached. At that point, the APC March 7, 2022 constitution has not come to effect. Now, for me personally, this is a personal opinion. We are all. The fact that the former vice president, we are all at so much high esteem, see a letter reinstating him in the party, and he see a counter letter from the secretary of that committee, it beholds him as a gentleman. It beholds him as honorable vice president who belong of this party. It beholds him as a senior member from birth of this party. For don't do a letter of disclaimer saying the way they reinstate him because it don't create conflict, and in a peace ambassador, international peace ambassador, and the way they say they reinstate him, it don't create turmoil and confusion at the party. If we don't write a letter of disclaimer, fully knowing well the provisions of the APC constitution, let me land. Because waiting take we to court, now just one provision of selection. People say it was wrongly done, and the people will be there and NAC, people will be there other committees for also vacate their offices and they. So he is stating Samuel Sumana in that kind manner we're not legal. Go create a big dispute where anybody can go to court. I don't tell Alfred Peter Conte on many times say the fact that in go court with the APC not stop any other person for go the APC in a court. And what we they ask now is a situation in which we they beg using the constitution, using the moral guarantors. I want to say this, that the APC at all points get people them who don't spend their money behind APC, people who don't spend their time, their resources, people who don't for them APC is an investment. What should they ask them for do is let them don't say because the court don't say una vacate. Then sit down at this time of the party. Then sit down quietly and allow the party or Alfred Peter Conte drag we to taking a position where go affect the party tomorrow.
So for listeners them where they follow the program, would I reinstate Sumana and would they debunk the reinstatements?
Well, one, we don't ever get a meeting as 21-man committee. We talk about membership. We don't ever. There is no minutes to the effect. There is no meeting of short nature. We remember the last meeting where we attend, where we did a parliament, then call a meeting, then talk about other items. The other day we were supposed to go meeting, we did it in 5 minutes to 10. Alfred called up the meeting, and from then till and day, nobody has summoned us, the 12 people representing the party, to any meeting. So we saw a letter. I don't ever remember say any political party in a salon on Africa where the chairman they signed a press release. That in itself, for a structured political party like APC, is insulting. But let me come.
So in short, now Alfred Peter Conte
Single-handedly, now he write the letter. We may not call it a statement. He write the letter. But let's say this, with all due respect to them, we get two things where they affect Peter Conte and 8 people. One, when you check the entire team, with the exception of Ibrahim Bundu, none of them not ever be even a legally elected sweeper of the APC. For say, well, we don't get there now as APC, by the APC constitution, you're not a sweeper. None of them.
So at this point,
they lack the institutional memory, they lack the knowledge and skills over this APC constitution when on March 7, 2022 they make them. So all what they try for do, it's a bit cynical.
All right.
Let them not paint a position as if we are against Sam Sumana, they are for Sam Sumana. No, this has nothing to do with Sam Sumana. Right. What we don't do is we only say to chief that there is a process where the constitution prescribe. Allow us as 21-man committee go according to the constitution. Let we not get another person who will take we to court and deprive the APC from contesting the next election.
All right, Honorable Abdul Karim Kamara, continue for the with me at the studio. And as we continue for look at the issue we get for do with membership and how they reinstate, and one set of people back inside the committee, they say they not reinstate Honorable Alhaji Chief Samuel Sumana. We just want for let listeners and know say we be invite somebody from Peter Conte and young people and within the committee when a Reverend Sulaiman Bomne Kamara, when at the PRO, we not seeing yet at the studio for let we know how they been do this particular reinstatement and other issues, and when we notice that they come out within the committee member them, we not seem like they all the work as one. But up till now we not see them yet at the studio for can talk their own position as to how then they work with the other committee member them. Rumors then will be done they get say the committee within themselves they not done the work as one, especially one bright example now the one we get for do with then reinstatement of members them. One way we don't make mention of already now Alhaji Chief Samuel Sumana, where we see 2 different letters them. One they say they don't reinstate them, then other one when another fraction within the committee they say they not reinstate them at all. And Honorable Bidon they talk about this particular issue we get for do with this reinstatement. We see the side from Peter Conte we been carried the party. Na courts, they say they don't reinstate Alhaji Chief Samuel Sumana na the APC party back. But una way then at the other side, no seem for they in place with this. Una say no to una agree na the committee for reinstate Alhaji Chief Samuel Sumana. So now I they ask the question, say, una they against the reinstatement of Alhaji Chief Samuel Sumana on the procedure una get problem with?
Let I repeat again. I say anybody way na APC. By birth, by maybe membership, by followership, as a comrade, as a beneficiary of the APC, not in any way go object to Sam Sumana and return at the APC. Not forget, see, we have a whole block in the Kono district we need as a party. Therefore, coming out to say we don't want Sam Sumana in itself is a death trap.
So now procedure na get problem.
Thank you. And we also want let the chief know say, as a peace ambassador, me I studied peace for almost 6 years in my life. I know what it means. You have to be a role model. If somebody reinstates me and somebody do a counter press release, because of in your personal name, because of in your personal achievements in the party, because of in family contributions starting from in daddy to Usa with this, so I think now one possible way for always keep away from controversy in the APC. This situation is controversial and it get the tendency, let me learn, it get the tendency for let the people of the APC when at the grassroots for begin think say all the behaviors, all the situation we take APC to court, we don't delay we for the last 2 years. FIBA like say that Chief Sam Sumana na in sending people here. A pathway some of we will believe in integrity. No one let anybody measure them for me.
How honor within the committee done the work? Because Alfred Peter Conte when a chair to the committee take the party to court for similar issues and we get for do with legality and how una want for structure on a party and all of that. Then we see the whole they head a whole committee. Then honor within the committee not seem for the read from one sheet. How una don't they operate?
Let me say this. We don't even know who side this dispute come out. Maybe some of we they grab in the morning and they just read press release. Within that committee, we promulgate the rules together in unity. In fact, the only time we get disagreement in the rules then in our company money business. Like me, I be think say the presidential candidate will pay 1 billion, where the chairman supports me. Abdul Kagbo and lawyer Biden believe say if it be 500, Aaron be believe say na 100. Laem Mara be believe say if it be 250 million. So it was a disagreement right across. Honorable Emasimbo be believe with me say na 1 billion. Honorable Ibrahim Bundu be believes in 500. We all had our beliefs, so we voted. In fact, if you read the minutes, now the only time we'll get divided votes. Whether they get 2, whether they get 3, whether they get 4, whether they get 5. At the end of the day, the one that we go for 500 will not be the mid-range, won the vote. If I move for the 1 billion, I support Honorable Aaron after the arguments then say let be 500 million. So it shows the unity of the work in. What we can't forget the auditors. There was no you and Christ. We all agree. We voted unanimously. When it comes to the decision of having internal committees, we all do them unanimously. In fact, that is how if we waiting Alfred and Boomne the TF let the public know not true. How comes then at 9? How comes Boomne become the head of the media team of the committee? How comes Mami Simbo become the finance controller of the committee? There was no division in the room. There was no division. Was I come where we tell Mr. Chairman say no? In fact, the issue where it say anyone appoints people then for come into the committee for work as diaspora coordinators, for work as district chairman within the committee. We tell and say okay, now you don't tell me that this room say you don't begin receive petitions to the rules. How the petitions them where you don't begin get? Not begin look at them internally, but in say no. In what appoint district chairman, who said that's not the part of the rules. And why don't read the thematic areas of the rules? Appointing interim district chairman, selecting them is not part of this rule.
Now, the last time I've been getting Secretary General, we've been getting a studio now. One question I ask him now that how this committee go work with interest-free mind for the party interest as general one. And because before this time, we get different presidential candidates them and we get different camp them where everybody they supporting presidential candidates. This reinstatement and no reinstatement seems like that interest need on the show back within the committee.
I go talk for myself specifically. In 2016, 2017, I am AKK for JFK. I'm not ever supporting any other candidate that's JFK. And Boomne, where they talk so now me ain't being at JFK in camp. Right? So therefore tell you, say, if there's anything like an interest, you're not able to get 8 members of parliament supporting one candidate. This has nothing to do with candidacy. This has nothing to do with the internal divisions of the APC. I want to say why them put we as members of parliament in the committee. Now because the judge thinks we they represent the people and by skill and experience, we are more informed when it comes to lawmaking. And when it comes to issues we get for do with following practice, principles, and the law. So what we don't see now is not to reinstate somebody now with problem. What now we problem is if you not go according to this constitution, I don't say now two side only the judge refer we to the constitution of the APC. One is how they make the rules. Now we make sure say the rules then they in tandem with the APC constitution of March 7. Secondly, when it comes to membership, resolving membership issues, now we go back to the APC constitution. You see this constitution, me, I don't be member of the APC for very long. And when the APC make this constitution, now me birthday gift, now March 7 constitution. So I read them religiously and I know them.
Now you earlier mentioned, see, it not ever happen, not Partner Africa, not even Salon, who say the chairman they sign pan political party press release. But this not happen within the committee. Whose assurance this committee gets for the members of the APC that una they champion their interest, considering the fact that una they lead them to delegate conference and Salon they go into election with APC now one of the parties and where they take part.
Let's use this unique opportunity today for call on the owners of this party. Whether you call them former ministers of the APC, whether you call them former directors and MDs, heads, whether you call them grassroots women, whether you call them Abacha street women, for tell and say, the people we deal with them party now. You know, me, I always want to say, we are the beneficiaries of the APC. Because now we don't get job on the APC where they pay. Therefore, by all standards, we will do everything for ensure say APC exists. This not the first time they get misunderstanding within the 21-man committee. And we can always call them a camaraderie standoff, a comradeship standoff na the 21-man committee. The last time we get them, we want to use this opportunity for tell the big six by then, thank you. When they hear them, then come into the room with we. Now I cannot become na the media. We resolve the matter. They explain to we. In fact, they brought in their own legal minds for talk to we and interpret certain things them. After that one day, the first issue will be resolved. Again, we want to use this opportunity not to call moral peace guarantors or no more, but we want to call the beneficiaries of the APC. The one that will stand chance if APC win for being ministers and tomorrow. The one that will not be flag bearers where they wait for convention. The one that will then Swazi dwellers, Belgium dwellers, the Abacha street people them way now they own this party for come and talk sense into the 21-man committee, or else we go drag this party to a point where they will own them party, no way will get the proceeds of them party.
At this point, this particular ruling where come on a court when I make una get this 21-man committee, was it a good decision? Because the 21-man committee been supposed to uphold the party until una go into convention, so una go get executive members them for take their affairs and we go lead to election and any other thing una go get for do. This court ruling not be any good thing for the APC party?
I want to say the court ruling itself, for me, was a decision where we know we get an option. As a party, we get right to appeal, but we'll not go down that way because which will be need now forget the furtherance of the party. It's almost at the tail end of elections. Which will they look forward for now? Not to divisions. Waiting the people that own APC want, not to press release upon press release. Waiting the people want now. We don't go through PPRC. We have to go through PPRC unitedly. And that is where yesterday when my brother they talk about PPRC say, waiting PPRC say you're unfortunate. When I see the tweet of Alfred Peter Conte against PPRC, I said to myself, oh my God, this man does not understand the structures of governance in Sierra Leone. This man not get an idea of how political parties are being regulated by PPRC. When you go now the ruling, after you form the electoral committee, now PPRC get for supervision, now they give the credibility to the lower level elections. Now PPRC get for supervise the all level till una get a flag bearer. As a chairman, interim chairman, you had the guts to type to appeal you all you follow you type against PPRC just like that. That's an insult for the APC.
The 21-man committee, now who that's not the problem at this committee we make una not able to be proactive.
I want to say unanimously as we did. I know members say we don't get. I wish Bumne for there today. Let's tell who side the problem day. Because imagine we're inside the room. By election in the Kenya, we get a 4 weeks break. We all agree we'll get a break. We come out the by elections. We come, we meet the election bill. We all meeting. We make the understanding so they go into the election bill. All of them, all 9, excluding Ibrahim Bundu. Now I know not be they go na parliament. All of them were with us. Till the process of the debate complete. Let me just. I like the first question you asked. They were all with us in parliament. No disagreement. No be there. Till we done the committees the first stage of the debate. Now until when we done that one, they will begin go into the matter itself. We got to do it step by step analysis of fact and everything. Now they can get this situation of saying, no, we are going to call a meeting. Say, Mr. Chairman, not call meeting, no. Then how they go into committee stage. Now then the bill itself get problem. Now they will get for cut all the T's and dot all the I, pull it to no one. And let me also say this for the people. The election bill be get thematic areas as a party will be so important, like cancellation of results. Not just be the council result before now, where they not be get the mandate for the one. So in this bill, would they go justify how for council result?
Right.
And overvoting, for example, no sign no they do overvoting where the presiding officer or the next people are not going to know. In this law, this bill will pass, so we go and ensure say we make them punishable for the people who are going at the census.
Right.
So we not going to leave that kind tactful with again. Then let Alfred know say the 8 men where they represent the party at that committee are lead debaters of the APC, starting from Honorable Abdukagbo, starting from Aaron, Layama, my humble self.
Okay.
We are all the frontline debaters. We cannot leave the parliament at that material time.
We want for take break, but quickly. So far, you go describe Alfred Peter Conte in leadership na the committee as chair.
If na the tell na me party na be the IG, I don't give a correct description. But what I go say today, I go say a finding himself in a situation where is not knowledgeable, he lack the leadership skills, and is under pressure from people when not mind show up, but they use them as an empty rubber where they can load anything.
Who said this pressure they come up from?
Well, I wish I for be no. Because truly, the Alfred who took the party to court for democratic tenets, not go call a meeting of 7 people and not inform the rest of the 14 members.
Right.
The Alfred will take APC in a court, not go sit down there and appoint Berity and other people in the diaspora using selection where he go against. So you see say there is a change of character and a change of personality. That they tell you say is under pressure from unidentified people where we don't understand.
One of the issues that we don't discuss inside the program now the issue of membership status, which the chairman being pulled press release states the first-time vice president Chief Samuel Sumana. But AKK, according to Ram, this decision not be right. We make counter press release being come out, they deny this. But somebody now they challenge this decision or the statement of AKK. Quick one with AKK with a question from this person. They say an important from senior APC member with reference to 13F as mentioned by Honorable AKK. The committee must take decision to reinstate prior to the National Delegates Conference, and that decision must be taken to the National Delegates Conference complied with 13F. Therefore, Honorable AKK is getting it all wrong.
Okay. Do you answer than the directly like I answer so? I take my time this now. I read them line by line and slowly. Resolving all unresolved membership disputes within the first one say within the party prior to the National Delegates Conference in accordance with Article 10. Yeah, you read Article 10 of the APC Constitution.
No, just read that.
No, wait, the first one, it say internally within the party. Then the NSO for resolve before the Delegates Conference. Then a one. And ensuring that those membership disputes that are required to be dealt with at National Delegates Conference pursuant to 13F and G of the 2022 Constitution are resolved at the conference by its inclusion on the agenda. So again, I want to beg that senior comrade day. Say, I'm not sure that I am not just a lawmaker, not a constitution. APC salon constitution more I read as I be. This may bad day give to APC give me when I the APC constitution. I know I'm very well. And the court ruling where would they go according to? It states 2 membership reservation. 1, we are internally in the party. Then before convention, because then people and they get for contest for elections, get for take part in voting in the lower level elections. They say, "Look, resolve them before we they go into lower level elections."
So now when
you understand? Then the one the way according to F and G of this APC constitution get issue when an external, whatever do either the person resign, then the person abandon the party, go join other party, they can stay this so they will bother and they will not be chairman, then youth leader in APC in Cambia, where we go, we come back, we want come back to the party. They one in day, according to this me, but they give to APC, give me, they not for do anything with them, but national delegates conference. And the rule is so instructive. It said we for ensure say we put that one day as an item na the agenda for the national delegates conference.
So quick one for listeners them where they listen to Radio Democracy and the viewers them. Sam Sumana as it is not a member of the APC.
As it is, I will tell you say the issue of unresolved matter has not been dealt with by the committee.
And that means?
And that means say whosoever get an issue with the APC where in relation to external membership issue has not been resolved. Let me say again, let me state for reasons of fact and my integrity that if I were in the position of Al-Aji Chief Sam Sumana, we don't be one of the highest beneficiaries of the APC to the position of vice president, short a controversy where the cloud in name and integrity, we get the tendency for let people where they out yonder see Alexei is the mole behind all the conflict at the APC. He ought for pull a statement for distancing himself from that accident. A quick one. We also get people where I tell you this, say the first conflict. Now the people where then are the big six and other flag bearers become to we and we resolve them once and for all. This one where we depend so we don't see moral guarantors. Interestingly, inside this moral guarantor we will see the one that we call themselves as peacemakers. Some of them are the people that will be take we go court as a party. Not forget say are then at the committee for represent the party. And that one then one fact where nobody no go make a distance myself from. Then people that will take win a court as a party. Now then come back in a different clothes. The people like Mamadou Kagbo when at one time 11 years. Let me land. 11 years. He served at different positions at the party. And at the same people will go back. Let me come. I am an honorable man. I don't like nobody. Now the same people will take the party to court. Now the same people come back for talk to peace. Now make us say, dear, we still want a peaceful APC. If APC is not in peace and APC no send presidential candidate, me, I don't begin leak Oni. I know how Oni sweet. So if you institute Oni, you change Oni for give me raw sugar. Believe in me, I no go agree. We want the peace of the APC. So we are calling on standard moral guarantors where get the wit, where get the integrity upright for approach we as a committee. For we resolve this matter. But the people who will begin see, with all due respect to the imam and the pastors, them senior imams and pastors of this country, we want to meet with them. But let we do with people who get integrity, people where nobody don't take sides in the conflict, and people where Mamadou Kagbo in kind for come before me back for say after I don't tell me say that then they NRM, he come back. Now me uncle for them come back and say no, when we come for can't talk peace. It's an insult to peace process itself.
Honorable, are they bringing out to the question because we not get too much time at the studio? The country they go into elections and the All People's Congress APC party now the main opposition party and we una get for contest the elections. From the look of things, una whether within the committee, this 21-man committee, you think say una go able the load for move the APC party into lower level elections and go to convention. Usa una go finally go get election for people and we go for take the party to another level. You see things una able that work there?
Let's say something interesting. The term way the big six can't win at the room. Then count senior other comrades them way. Alfred Peter Conte and the men they don't try for humility many times. You know they expect say the way they ruling be go with and say Payansane for vacate the office. That Payansane they for show up in the peace meeting for negotiate between we and Alfred for the furtherance of the party. But he came. And he was one of the instrumental person. And I told Alfred in his face in that meeting, say, you see where Payansane they talk with the other people there, where you think say they get issue. This is the comradeship of the APC. We can get all the issues, but when it comes to that, people like Minkalo Masari were there in the meeting for ensure so we get peace, we get tranquility, and that is how we were able to further forget the rules, forget everything going. People like Honorable Kemosi say, people like Paulo Conte, Epi Koroma. Let me come. I want to do this thing. It is very important. People like AP Koroma, Petito, we are all in the room. Richard Conte, we are very instrumental for let we get ourselves together. And this is why we are calling them again. Say, Payansane, we know how the court say you for vacate. But at a time like this, where we're in the crossroad, where the party need for move forward, do you una come back, let una talk some sense into we. We know they rule out any other person. We get a goodwill. Former ministers and ambassadors, former NAC members should come back and own this party and call us to.
So
but let me come.
10 people and the committee not go able.
Let me come. You know, I said this, say one of the problems we get now incompetency on the part of the leader. Any leader, you know, when Bumnede and AYV say one of the problems then get with me the count Sam Sumana now for unite the party. If that leader with the lead 21 men cannot unite 21 people, and they create a picture as if we have never worked together. After we don't form audit firm, we don't make rules, we don't get internal committees, we don't do every other thing in unity. Able, outside this palaver, come on now.
So una go able take the party to lower level and the convention.
We don't get an option. Let me tell you what happened. Who's out this? Now that situation where Bele woman get accident. It don't 9 months. Then you know the doctor. You for save the Bele woman. You for also deliver the pikin. So in that surgical operation where we find ourselves so now, right. As a 21-man committee, we want to assure the people. You know, one assurance what know is the people were determined for vote out President Bill. Then they don't even want this palaver of the pan, so they don't even care safe.
All right.
All what they want to do now for let the election can today. APC presents a candidate today. We are winning the election. The APC itself, let me say this: the APC itself. The voters are united and they are determined to kick out President Bill. The only thing we left for we now for let this 21 man no more. We not even reach 40.
No. When the convention, the APC convention for listeners?
I am sure we get the 11th, the first phase, the complete of the rules. We get 14 days after that day. Right. We will likely take it towards the end of this month. And I am sure after that one day we get 28 days. Within 28 days we can start we lower level elections. But I want to say this to people and say we are determined as a political party. Our membership is resolved. The people of Sierra Leone not only want to change, but they are determined for vote out President Bill come 2023.
You flag bearer candidate.
Now myself.
Many thanks for joining at the program this morning. That's now Honorable Abdul Karim Kamara. I represent the Secretary General to the 21-man committee na the APC party this morning. And as we wrap up the program, we just once again for remind listeners and for Leone no say, we be invite somebody from Alfred Peter Conte and your side for let Eden at the studio so that instead go make mention of the concerns them where themselves get within the committee because of the small chamot where we understand say done they so far, but we not see them say where the program done so. Now this edition of the program, Good Morning Salon go left on our plenty. Thank you to the production team.